Hello everyone, welcome back to the Football Project YouTube channel. Today we are going to be discussing how Arsenal will line up next season. It's a tough period for Arsenal this moment in time. Personally, I don't think they will have an amazing summer. They don't have the funds to get the players they need to become competitive again. And I think they could be in trouble this season because clubs like Leicester, Wolves, and even Everton are on the rise. And Arsenal, I think it could be a season where we see them not finishing in the top four if they don't make some very good signings. They have some very good attacking options in Lacazette and Aubameyang, but defensively they are terrible. The midfield is very lackluster without Ramsey, and they have no wingers at all at the club. The best winger is Iwobi and a 5 million signing from Brazil, Martinelli. So the first lineup that you can see here is a predicted lineup that I think that Arsenal could be with next season, with new signings Tierney, Martinelli, and Lemina. Now I have Lemina in there. He's been linked with both United and Arsenal. I think United might edge it, but I'm I'm keeping him in there because it's a signing that Arsenal could make, and if it's not Lemina, it's probably someone else around his price range. So I'll stick with Lemina in there as the most attacking of the midfield three. Now this is a 4-2-3-1 with 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, something like that, with Tierney as a left back. Tierney is a very good option at left back if Arsenal can sign him, which I think they will sign him. He's been also linked with Lyon and Napoli, but I think Arsenal will win that bidding war. The defense is still though not good enough. They needed a centre back, and they will probably sign a centre back, Saliba from Saint Etienne, but they are going to have to loan him back because they will not have enough money to buy him this season. So most of the money that they will buy him for will be sent to Saint Etienne next season. So they will still have a back two of Holding and Socrates, which is okay. It's not great. Holding is a good young player. Socrates is probably on his last legs at the highest of levels. And Bellerin, when he comes back from injury, is a very good, reliable attacking right back. Leno is very good in goal. Nothing to change there. Uh, Now the midfield three. They have Torreira, who's an okay defensive midfielder. He started the season really good, ended it not so well. Xhaka is a weird player. Xhaka, very slow. He can pass the ball, but he's very slow, not that good defensively, and gets a lot of yellow cards. Now Lemina is a very good option for Arsenal because he's a player almost that can somewhat replace what Ramsey did for them last season, not with the same amount of goals probably, but he's a very good player, and for around 18 billion pounds is a very good option. Uh, Now the front three, I have Aubameyang as a left winger. It's not my preferred position of him, but this is how I think Unai Emery will line them up next season. With Martinelli on the right wing. Again, I don't know if Martinelli will start for Arsenal or if he will be just a bench player and Harvey will be there. I'm just putting in Martinelli because he's a new transfer, and Lacazette up front. Now Lacazette is another weird one. I think if I was Arsenal, I'd try to I don't know. I could try to sell one of the two, Aubameyang or Lacazette. Aubameyang is an elite striker right now, top scorer in the Premier League. Lacazette is not that good, but he's younger, and I think you could get more money out of Lacazette right now, and that could fund the squad because you can see the defense and the midfield is really not that good, and even the right winger, he's a 18-year-old kid. Now the second team is a 4-4-2 formation with Leno in goal, Bellerin, Socrates, Saliba and Tierney as the back four. Midfield two of Torreira and Lemina, with Malcolm on the right, Fraser on the left, and Aubameyang with Lacazette as the two strikers. Now this is, as you can see, a much more competitive side for Arsenal that could challenge for the top four next season and probably could get it with the mess that Manchester United and Chelsea are in at the moment. But they will have to fork out some money to get this team. Fraser is a very good option, especially for this formation. He's a very good crosser of the ball, and he would link up very good with Aubameyang and Lacazette, I personally think. Malcolm is another great option, playing for Barcelona this season. It really hasn't worked out for him there, but it's mostly not his fault because he plays in the same position as Messi, and no player is getting above Messi in Barcelona. So Malcolm would be a good option, and I think they could get him on loan for a season with an obligation to buy at the end of next season. Lemina and Torreira in midfield, a very good midfield, very working midfield. Torreira very good defensively, and Lemina pretty good defensively and can get the ball forward to the more dangerous men. And the back four is a huge improvement of what Arsenal have this season. Tierney is a much better left back than both Monreal and Kolasinac, and I would probably sell one of the two to gain some money for the transfer budget. Saliba is basically done as well. The transfer is basically done, but he will have to go back on loan to Saint Etienne. But if they want to challenge for the top four, I think they should keep him there. They should try everything they can to not send him back on loan. Socrates is a good option for another year, maybe half a year, half a season play with Socrates next to Saliba, and then putting Holding again. Bellerin, when he comes back from his injury, is a very good attacking right back, one of the best in the league going forward. Not that great defensively, but if he can work on that, he will be one of the top fullbacks in the league. And then there's a very good goalkeeper. He proved this season that he's a very good keeper. Had some mistakes in him, but I think he's the best option for Arsenal. So this will probably be a very tough season for Arsenal. I don't see them making the signings that I would make in their position, and I think they will struggle a lot this year. You could see Arsenal not finishing in the top 6 this season with how incredible Leicester squad is, and Wolves as well. They've also been linked with Diego Costa, and I think they have the better squad than Arsenal. Arsenal have 2 elite strikers, but nothing else is elite in this squad. So it could be a tough season for the Gunners. But if they can make some signings, I know Stan Kroenke is not that good of a owner. He doesn't put much money into the team, not much at all, any. So yeah, it could be tough this year for Arsenal. But I would prioritize these transfers that I've said here. I don't think Zaha is possible in the state that Arsenal are in at the moment. They've bidded 40 million for him. There's no way Palace will ever go for that. And Arsenal are not in a place to spend around 80 million for Zaha. And they need to get rid of a lot of players as well. Players like Elneny, Mustafi, Koscielny, as we've seen today, he's not even going on tour. So you need to sell these types of players that don't want to be there and are not good enough to be there to bring back the good old Arsenal. So thank you everyone for watching this video. If you want to see any other teams that you would like to see predicted 11s before the season starts, let me know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.